Much of America has spent the better part of the past year trying to figure out how controversial real estate mogul Donald Trump became president of these United States. Hillary Clinton even wrote a book that asks that very question in the title. Former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon shed some light on that mystery on Saturday by going back quite a bit further than last November's fateful vote. According to Bannon, the only reason a total maverick like Trump not only sought the White House, but became the first choice of many Americans is because the politicians so long in charge had failed the country on key issues. Chief among those issues is border security and unchecked illegal immigration. Speaking at an annual event to honor slain Border Patrol agent Brian Terry, who killed in 2010, Bannon said this hero's death contributed directly to Trump seeking and winning the presidency. Bannon described, from 2014 through 2016, some of the high points of Trump's bid for the presidency and the pivotal role that the issue of border security played in his success. I can tell you, he wouldn't be president of the United States if not for the incident that happened here. This is Brian Terry will live in history as a historical figure, and the reason was he brought to the attention of the American people. He put a human face on it. He put a hero's face on it, of what is exactly at risk on the southern border of our country. Bannon thanked the Terry family and received the Brian A. Terry Courage in Journalism and Reporting Award from the foundation.
Mr. Speaker, on Saturday, Border Patrol a new statue honoring slain agent Brian Terry at the Naco, Arizona border station in my district, named in Agent Terry's honor. The statue depicted here shows Agent Terry carrying a member of his Border Patrol tactical unit on his shoulders and is a fitting tribute to a man who loved his job and his fellow agents. Agent Terry entered the service with the Border Patrol on July 23, 2007. Before that, he served in the U.S. Marine Corps and as a police officer in Michigan. On December 10, 2010, Agent Terry was on patrol with 3 of his fellow agents in Peck Canyon, near Nogales, Arizona, when they came across 5 individuals suspected of crossing the border illegally. The agents approached the suspects and were fired upon, prompting them to return fire. In the gunfight that ensued, 2 agents were wounded, including Agent Terry. He died from his wounds in the desert later that morning while waiting for medical assistance. Mr. Speaker, I ask you to bring the House into order.
The House will be in order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Agent Terry's sacrifice is a constant reminder of the dangers those who defend our homeland face every time they put on their uniform. Their job is to protect our communities, and often they are the last line of defense against terrorist attacks on our country. Agent Brian Terry gave the ultimate sacrifice to carry out his duties, and every day agents like him put everything they have on the line to keep us safe. They deserve everything we have to support them. Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
Agent Brian Terry was shot in the back and killed during a shootout on the Arizona border back in December. He and his team confronted a group of illegal immigrants who were packing AK-47s. Agent Terry loaded only with a non-lethal beanbag gun. Brian Terry's brother, Kent, joins me live now on the phone. Kent, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your brother's service and our condolences on his loss. Your reaction to this news that while facing illegals with AK-47s, your brother's weapon, courtesy of the U.S. government, was a beanbag gun?
Yes, that's my understanding, yes. There's a group of 4 guys with my brother, and 2 had lethal and 2 had non-lethal weapons there.
Why? Do you know why? Has there been any explanation provided to you?
Megan, I have got nothing from the FBI, nothing from the ATF about anything. About the investigation. So, not one phone call to my family at all. So,
unbelievable. We are told, it has been reported to us, that the team out there, the 4-member team that your brother was part of, was understanding orders to always use non-lethal beanbag rounds first before resorting to live ammunition. And that in this case, the smugglers heard the first rounds, which were the beanbags, and they returned fire with real bullets. Taking the life of your brother. I mean, does this policy make any sense to you?
Absolutely no sense at all. I mean, these guys are trained professionals that go out there every day, you know, night and day. Can't even see 100 feet in front of themselves. And to go out there with bean bags against guys with AKs, that don't make no sense to me at all. So, I mean, I don't know what the Obama policy is or the government policy, but it needs to change. I mean, like I said, these guys are professionals, and they should use their best judgment. So,
Has anybody involved, the other three guys who were with your brother, Brian, that night, have they spoken to you about the instructions they had when it came to the use of beanbag guns or actual guns?
you know what? No, they have not, Megan. I think they're kind of under a gag order there as of right now. So, no, I haven't heard nothing from since the incident happened.
Nothing from them. And since the incident happened, you've heard nothing from the U.S. government, not even a condolence call?
No, not at all. Nothing to even help us out at all here. So the only thing we got is from the Border Patrol. We got help from them, which is their outstanding group of people. So, but other than that, no, nothing.
Wow. This is a story that caught national attention, and it's not like the situation we saw down in Mexico with the ICE agent. This is on U.S. territory. You know, I mean, here in the U.S., we do tend to arm our agents, our law enforcement agents, with firearms, except not in this case. And Brian Terry is now dead, murdered by drug smugglers in Arizona.
Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.